Okay, we're back. No, we're not back. You know, we're going to do these back to back to back. Same clothes. Collette, thank you for coming on. I want to talk about something that you mentioned earlier about knockoffs because
Yes.
it just happens, and it happens more and more today because there's a lot of online sellers and manufacturers out there that are watching. Any tips and advice to be prepared for it, such as do you get out there first? Do you do maybe two different types, different price points? From your experience, how do you deal with it, or can you?
Well, the first thing is operating with an operation like your own. I'm sure that you give people advice as far as legal, and I think by getting your legal ducks in a row, that's the most important thing. Also, stop shopping it with a million people. I know sometimes people go from distributor to marketers. And meanwhile, I've been in the room when an inventor has left, and I have heard, and I won't mention names until I write my expose, but I have heard them say, see how much we can get that made for. She's too expensive. And absolutely aghast, but that's how ruthless it can be. And it's a ruthless business. Okay. Swimming with sharks, this is the business, yes.
Yeah,
so be careful.
No, this is what I've heard, and tell me if I'm correct, that if you're an inventor, get the protection, okay, of course. Maybe do a little bit of homework on the company you're dealing with. That doesn't hurt. But also be reasonable and be smart, and don't shop it around to all these guys. Do one at a time. Is that good advice?
Absolutely. One at a time, and make sure you've got your NDAs and all the legal documents so that you will be protected in the event that you don't come to an agreement and you walk away and they're angry or whatever happens. I've seen some really, what I would think would be very well-respected companies knock people off. Back in the day when I did the Smart Mop, we were knocked off by 3 other companies. None of them were successful. We had some magic going on. Okay. Ours was a lower priced production even, but we had authenticity, integrity. But you can't always count on that. Sometimes somebody comes in with big bucks, knocks you off and on a big level, or ties up the retailers before you can get in the door. Okay. And those are the things you have to watch out for. Don't go on QVC or HSN before you have your retailers locked up. Because that now you've shown the whole world. There are people that sit in the green room at those home shopping stations and watch. There are people that now sit at home and watch. I mean, it's a big, wide open world. So protect yourself and be prepared to go out there. Now, not all marketers are created equal. There are some very, very good people out there that I deal with that I love. And sometimes I find that the inventors are a little too greedy with these people because some of these marketers are going to put up all the money, and I mean all the money, and then they want to give the inventor 10%. I've heard so many inventors be indignant over that number. And yet, yes, because they put in all the money into the designs and all that. But yet, if you're asking a marketer to spend $80,000, $100,000 to take a gamble on something that may bomb completely, okay, they're looking, they have people lined up at the door asking them to take their products. So you have to be reasonable. There's a give and take here.
Okay. Now, before people get to you, those companies, DRTV companies, they're probably doing a little bit of testing now. I know they're doing social media testing. That's pretty affordable to do. But when they come to you, they're pretty ready to go big time, aren't they?
Well, they're becoming more careful as well. So what I'm finding that I'm doing is maybe lower priced web tests, whereby they send a very mini video without all the bells and whistles, not with the music or the real talent. So we'll shoot some of those with our own staff. I know how to pay attention to product and make it, okay, I don't shoot down at a product and make it little if it's supposed to be big. I mean, I know how to make your product look good. Okay. So if we work with people and we do a little web test, I'll take the price of that little web test and I'll put it against a commercial if the web test performs. Okay. So they're hedging their bets a little more. So people are a little bit more careful these days.
Okay. So how long does it take? We talked about protection. I have one last question for you. How long does it take to shoot a commercial? Is it, am I going to shoot in a couple hours or a couple days? What does it really take?
I usually shoot a short form in 1 to 2 days, depending on the nature of the product.
Okay.
So if I have a spokesperson or testimonials that I have to develop, like people that lost weight on a certain product, and I have to assemble all those people, and they're not professionals, I'm interviewing newbies, I need extra time to make people calm down, be careful.
Okay.
Animals, very often animals I have to shoot over a couple of days, especially cats. Cats
Okay.
don't listen.
Yeah.
So, there's a lot of different aspects, but a short form commercial should be shot over 1 to 2 days, and it should be finished in 4 to 6 weeks, meaning the edit, the music, the approvals from the client, and all the powers that be.
When you have talent come in, or even the team, do they sign NDAs for any type of protection too, or?
Everybody with me signs everything. I have learned the hard way over the years. I have disclaimers. I have testimonials. I have to do affidavits for the stations that I'm not faking anything. Back in the day, we didn't do that. Now everything is very documented, and I'm a very anal person. So I actually have all those little documents, and it's very important for people to be that way. Okay. This is not a time to be sloppy.
Okay. Well, thank you very much for that. And wow, what an exciting business. It's fast. It's a little scary. You need a little protection. You need to work with good people that can get it out fast. You need to be ready, and just be aware that there's people out there that are looking for ideas that maybe copy too. So.
Oh yeah, maybe. No, maybe. For sure.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Stephen. Take care.